conduct our second budget hearing. I'm going to open with a moment of silence. Thank you. And then if you'll all join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, this is the second of two public hearings for the adoption of the millage rate and budget for the City of Orlando for fiscal year 2016-17. At the first hearing held on September 15th, City Council adopted the proposed millage rate and tentative budget. At this second hearing, City Council will consider adoption of the final millage rate and the final budget. Madam Clerk, would you read the title of the millage resolution?
Yes, Mayor, and just for the record, we have a quorum with all members present.
Mayor ready.
City of Orlando millage resolution. Resolution of the City of Orlando, Florida, establishing the ad valorem tax levy millage rate upon the assessed real property and business personal property tax rolls of the year 2016.
The proposed millage rate for the City of Orlando for fiscal year 2016-17 is 6.6500 million, which is 6.43% higher than the rollback rate of 6.2484. Is there a motion to adopt the millage rate?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. Brian, do you have brief comments regarding the millage rate?
I do, Mayor. Thank you. On July 25th, City Council approved a millage rate of $6.65 per thousand valuations, so the appropriate filing can be made with the property appraiser by their August 1st deadline for the TRIM notification process. The millage rate is within the parameters outlined by state formula, has not changed from the previous fiscal year or the last hearing, and is to maintain the city's current superior levels of service.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on the millage rate? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Madam Clerk, would you read the title of the budget resolution for the City of Orlando?
Budget resolution. A resolution of the City of Orlando, Florida, adopting the annual budget of the City of Orlando, Florida for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2016 and ending September 30th, 2017.
Is there a motion to adopt the budget?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ortiz, second by Commissioner Hill. Brian, comments?
The total proposed budget is about $1.2 billion, or $1,171,130,190, including a general fund budget of about $425 million, or $424,050,709. No changes have been made since the September 15th budget hearing, and the budget was attached as exhibits to this resolution, and the updated budget and brief has been on the city's website for over a week.
Okay, I do have one request for public appearance. Lawana Gelzer.
Mayor, I need to put something over there. Should I put it there now?
Something.
Should I move the
Ed, can you help
microphone?
Ms. Gelzer with that?
It's going to be that one first. And then I'll put that one on. Okay. Okay, thank you. Lawana Gelzer. I was present at the first budget hearing meeting, and I did make a request for the budget. I want to say thank you to the staff. By 6/29, the September 15th, I received the link PDF file of the commissioner budget, so they did comply with my public request that I had met previously. So I want to go on record saying I did get it at 6/29 this same day, even though I had requested it earlier. I have before you on page 44 of the commissioner budget that was presented to me, and I did a public request that Friday, the 16th, and it stated I needed information from the CRA Number 1250, page 10, I wanted to know why there was an increase of 52.01%. Also, I asked about downtown maintenance program. And then I asked on page 42 some additional information. Yes, I did. However, what really started me on the budget was what I discovered on page 44, which is before you. I noticed that the actual expenditures for 2014-15 for the construction of the soccer stadium was $51 million plus. So I asked for the actual spending, actual expenditures for that period, and I was provided this. And it states actual expenditures, $20 million plus some change. Mayor, actual expenditures mean what did you spend in that category? $30 million you did not account for to the public. Remember, it says actual expenditures, and then I asked for the actual expenditures. I can go over and over again about how difficult it is to follow the budget. But $30 million is a lot of money. And if you can recall, that's when that year prior, we got a 17.7% increase. And you said, well, Luana, what do that have to do with the budget today? What it has to do with the budget today is there's $30 million that a citizen cannot account for. And if it was amended or reallocated, it should have been reflected on the information provided to the citizens. So it brings me to question, what is happening to our tax dollars and what information are you giving to the citizens? I can go down other lists. So when I come before you, it's not to question you on what you're spending it, it's to be able to follow you. So if I have questions, I should be able to get the information. And when I do get information, $30 million is a lot of money. Well,
Are you referring to the exhibit you have up here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can't read it very well.
Well,
but
I'll be welcome to give
Hold
to
on,
you.
it says $20 million.
Yes. For 2014-15,
Correct.
the actual. And then if you look at the line item on 44,
Do you want me to tell you what that is, or you just want to keep talking?
I
Either way.
want to keep talking, and
Okay.
then they can provide to me in writing what transpired, because when I asked for it, I think I should have got the answer then.
It's in writing right on the page.
You transferred money, but Mayor, you had allocated $51 million.
That is correct, but they privately funded the stadium. The county had put in $20 million of TDT. We had already issued bonds on it when they decided to privately fund the stadium.
This is saying $51 million
Correct.
allocated in expenditure. Mayor, no matter
Allocated,
what,
it wasn't spent on the stadium, Ms. Gelser.
You know-
But if you'll listen for a second and just put that other sheet back up.
No, am I gonna get my time? Because I want to keep going.
You know what, if you just want to talk and don't actually want to know what's
Mayor
going on,
Dyer,
that's fine.
that's rude. I came before you with
Put the
information.
page back
If you
up. Ms.
hadn't said-
Gelser, put the page back up.
You have it, Mayor Dyer. I would like to continue.
I don't have it in front of me, but if you'll just put it back up there
It's
for 1
page
second.
44.
I don't have it here in front of me. Just put it back up there.
Right here.
No, put the other one where you're saying that the 20 million is 30. And then if you can read right here, transfer, City of Orlando, transfer out to Performing Arts Center Tourist Development Tax.
That's
So,
$40 million. And that doesn't add up to the $51 million.
well, it's actually 20. But the one that you put up there, if you give me 10 seconds, I'll tell you exactly what it is. We went ahead and issued debt when we were doing the Citrus Bowl and the soccer stadium funding. It's $20 million. We did not use the $20 million for the soccer stadium, but according to the tourist development tax plan, it was eligible to be used on the Performing Arts Center against the county's prior commitments. So the $20 million was recommitted to the Performing Arts Center. So that's what that is.
And And Mayor Dyer.
But
I
I'll just,
remember
from
that-
here on out, I'll just let you talk, so just go ahead.
No, I'm gonna talk with what the citizens are providing.
Okay.
Not what you're saying right now, because I can't question what you're saying. I remember the transfer, I remember, but it should have been reflected.
I'm just saying,
Mr.
read
Mayor
the
Dyer,
document you just put
Mayor
up there.
Dyer, the documentation that I received from my public request, 16-3374, is what I got. And if you're not giving people what they're asking for, and there's other information to be provided, that would have been the time. I specifically asked. It was actual expenditures for $51+ million. Where did that go? That's all I asked. And if it's not reflected on the information provided to me, that's what I'm questioning. That's it. If I can get it at a later date, because I know you're going to pass the budget, but I still think I should receive the information in which I requested. That's all I'm saying, Mayor Dyer. So no, you should have sent it to me when you sent it to me, when you did provide it. You got this. You knew exactly what I was looking for. Now you want to come and clarify it because there's a question. All I'm saying, Mayor Dyer, you're going to pass the budget. We're concerned about how our money's being spent. If it's this difficult just before you pass the budget to find out something 2 years ago, and to other questions that you sent me, I can put all the other stuff that you sent me. It was unreadable and unfollowable, but I can put it up and let you see it. You complied with what did you send me? What did you send me? Is the question. And that's what I'm saying. You did not send the proper information
Okay, your
to
time's
LaWanna
up, and
Gelser.
we reallocated
Mayor
for the time I
Dyer, it was
spoke.
reallocated. I will put another request in for me to receive the proper information. So
Okay.
I do not spend my time coming up here questioning that. It's just that simple. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for your testimony. Okay, any other public comment? Let's see, discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor, oh, I'm sorry, Robert. Commissioner Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank again, Commission, for your patience. Once again, I read this statement to place into the record. As you know, I've served for many years as Executive Director of the Christian Service Center for Central Florida. This budget this year and for many years prior to my service on the City Council has included funds that provide a modest grant to the center. The amount of that proposed funding for this year is $25,000. None of that money goes towards the general operation of the Christian Service Center. These funds, however, will not be granted to the center unless and until the Christian Service Center and the city enter into a separate written agreement. Such agreement will come before the City Council for individual approval. At some point in the future, I want to make it clear that when this item comes before the City Council, I'll abstain from voting on the funding agreement between the city and the Christian Service Center, and we'll fill out the proper documentation noting this information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Further discussion, hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. All right, that was adoption of the millage rate and budget for the City of Orlando for 2016-2017. We will move on to the DDB. This is the second of two public hearings for the adoption of the millage rate and budget for the Downtown Development Board for fiscal year 2016-17. At the first hearing, held on September 15th, City Council adopted the proposed millage rate and tentative budget. At this second hearing, City Council will consider for adoption the final millage rate and budget. Madam Clerk, would you read the title of the millage resolution related to the DDB?
A resolution of the City of Orlando, Florida, establishing for the Downtown Development Board the ad valorem tax levy millage rate upon the assessed real property within the Downtown Development District of the year 2016.
The proposed millage rate for the DDB for fiscal year 2016-17 is 1 mill, which is 10.71% lower than the rolled back rate of 1.1200. Is there a motion to adopt the millage rate?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Brian, comments?
City Council, on behalf of the DDB, set a millage rate of $1 per thousand valuation. Similar to the city's millage rate, the rate was submitted to the property appraiser by the August 1st deadline for the trim notification process. The millage rate is within the parameters outlined by state formula, has not been changed from the prior fiscal year or last hearing, and is to support economic activities within the district.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on the DDB millage rate? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? And so the motion carries. Madam Clerk, would you read the title of the budget resolution related to the DDB?
A resolution of the City of Orlando, Florida, adopting the annual budget of the Downtown Development Board for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2016, and ending September 30th, 2017.
Is there a motion to adopt the budget?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. Brian?
Total proposed budget for the Downtown Development Board is $4.2 million, or $4,157,080. No changes have been made since the September 15th budget hearing. And again, this budget was attached to the resolution, and the new updated budget and brief was published on the city's website about over a week ago.
Are there any requests for public comment?
No, sir.
Discussion among commissioners. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, so the motion carries. All right, we'll now move on to the Downtown South NID. This is the second of two public hearings for the adoption of the millage rate and budget for the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District for fiscal year 16-17. At the first hearing held on September the 15th, City Council adopted the proposed millage rate and tentative budget. At this second hearing, City Council will consider for adoption the final millage rate and budget. Madam Clerk, would you read the title of the millage resolution for the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District?
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, and the Board of Directors of the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District levying an ad valorem tax at the rate of $1 per $1,000 of assessed value on non-exempt real property located within the jurisdictional boundaries of the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District, providing certain findings, providing for administrative millage adjustment in accordance with Florida statutes, providing for the collection of taxes, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, repeal of conflicting resolutions, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Sheehan and second by Commissioner Stewart. Proposed millage rate for the Downtown South NID for fiscal year 16-17 is 1 mil, which is 3.11% higher than the rollback rate of 0.9698. Brian, comments?
City Council, on behalf of the Downtown South NID, had set a millage rate of $1 per thousand valuation. Similar to the city's millage rate, the rate was submitted to the property appraiser by the August 1st deadline for the trim notification process. The millage rate is within the parameters outlined by a state formula, has not changed from the previous fiscal year or the last hearing, and is to provide for administration of infrastructure projects within the district.
Madam Clerk, are there requests for public comment?
No, sir.
Discussion, hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Madam Clerk, would read the title of the budget resolution.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, and the Board of Directors of the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District adopting the fiscal year 2016-2017 budget for the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District, providing certain findings, providing certain budget accounting procedures, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, repeal of conflicting resolutions, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Hill. Brian?
Total proposed budget for the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District is $546,546,125. No changes have been made since the September 15th hearing, and again, the budget was attached as a resolution and has been on our city's website for over a week.
Request for public comment?
No, sir.
Discussion, hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? And so the motion passes. Okay. Hey, Kyle?
Yes.
I probably should have convened the Neighborhood Improvement District Board of Governors.
You should do that now. You have to, unfortunately, approve both as a city council and then separately as the neighborhood improvement district. So now you would
Okay, so we
recess
did
it.
have to adopt it as a city council
yes,
as
sir,
well.
right.
Okay, great.
Do we do that? Do we need to do that on CRA though too?
No, because we are the CRA.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Or
Well,
the,
CRA
I
is
mean
not-
the
Right.
DDB.
Okay,
Right.
gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so if there's no objection, I am going to recess the city council meeting and convene a meeting of the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District Board of Directors. So this is the second of two public hearings for the adoption of the millage rate and budget for the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District for fiscal year 16-17. At the first hearing held September 15th, the Board of Directors adopted the proposed millage rate and tentative budget. At the second hearing, the Board of Directors will consider for adoption the final millage rate and budget. Madam Clerk, would read the title of the millage resolution?
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, and the Board of Directors of the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District levying an ad valorem tax at the rate of $1 per $1,000 of assessed value on non-exempt real property located within the jurisdictional boundaries of the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District, providing certain findings, providing an administrative millage adjustment in accordance with Florida statutes, providing for the collection of taxes, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, repeal of conflicting resolutions, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Ings. The proposed millage rate for the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District for fiscal year 16-17 is 1 mil, which is 3.11% higher than the rollback rate of 0.9698. Brian?
The Board of Directors for Downtown South NID set a millage rate of $1 per 1,000 valuations, similar to the city's millage rate. Rate was submitted to the property appraiser by the August 1st trim deadline. The millage rate is within the parameters outlined by state formula, has not been changed from the previous fiscal year or the last hearing, and is to provide for administration of infrastructure projects within the district.
Madam Clerk, any requests for public comment?
No.
Discussion? All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Madam Clerk, would read the title of the budget resolution for the Downtown South NID?
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, and the Board of Directors of the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District adopting the fiscal year 2016-2017 budget for the Downtown South Neighborhood Improvement District, providing certain findings, providing certain budget accounting procedures, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, repeal of conflicting resolutions, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Ings. Brian?
Total proposed budget for the Downtown South NID is $546,000 or $546,125. No changes have been made since September 15th public budget hearing. And again, the budget was attached to the resolution and on the city's website.
Are there any requests for public comment?
No, sir.
Discussion among commissioners, or actually Board of Directors? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, and so the motion carries. We will adjourn the Neighborhood Improvement District meeting and reconvene the City Council meeting without objection. Brian, is there further business to do related to the budget?
We're good. Thank you, Mayor.
Kyle,
Commissioners.
anything? Amy?
No, sir.
Everybody's good?
Just have a few documents for you to sign there, sir.
Just a few.
Okay, then I would like our budget staff to stand up. It's Brian's first completed budget year, so. Great job. It's a little easier to produce the budget when we have a little bit more money than we had the year before instead of less money than the year before, right? All right. Well, good job. Anything else in the commission? And we are done in 21 minutes or 20 minutes. Commissioner Stewart, did you have something?
Nope, no. Just
Okay. Then we'll stand adjourned.
Thanks again.
Enjoyed it.